The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised. You are now entering the all-consuming realm of Shay's Paranormal Chat, where the things that are better left unsaid are actually said.
Shut up and sit down.
You're listening to Shay's Paranormal Chat. Paranormal podcasting done Shay's way. Tons of fun.
Dude, seriously?
A bit sarcastic.
Hashtag investigator, not hunter.
But always real.
Hashtag data, not evidence.
Don't get your panties in a twist.
Oh my god, really?
This is real, raw conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Hello, TGIF everybody. Thank you for joining us on this great Friday night. And as, I can't even say as always.
No, we go over this most every week.
I know, but thank the good Lord who shines down upon his blessings. Shines down his blessings upon me. There we go. I have the beautiful, the sexy, the magnificent Kelly McCarville back for 2 whole months. Woo!
How you really shouldn't drink this much and do shows, Shay.
I know,
right?
The water gets to me.
Yeah. You're water drunk.
Yeah.
Water drunk.
Yeah, I do have water, see? And now...
It's clear.
It's
clear. I'm not believing it's water.
You know what's awesome? I have this new awesome koozie. It says Bud Light, but you can't tell if it's actually Bud Light because it's a koozie. Look. Woohoo! So
I now have a glass that nobody can see what's in it. Oh.
Hey, I tell everybody.
Nobody can see my cool glass, but it's all right.
I don't blame Kelly for drinking. She has to put up with me. She needs a drink. So, I don't blame you, hon, at all. So, you'll be with us for the next, all of February, all of March?
I believe so.
I believe so.
Well, yeah, we're not having a show next Friday.
No.
So, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So, woohoo. So, I'm excited.
Me too. Of course, after that, then I'm going to be hit and miss again, but,
I know. But I'll take a little bit of Kelly where I can get her. It's like scratch and sniff, It's just enough. It holds me over.
I have never been described as a scratch and sniff, and I'm not sure how to take that.
Well, depends how you smell, I guess. Anyways. All right, our poor guest is waiting in the wings.
Introduce our guest before this gets any worse.
Yeah, it's gonna. I want to throw a quick few shout-outs out first, and then I'll introduce our guest. Thank you. We have Cynthia in the house. We have Darren. We have Mama Pat. Darren. Wyatt. Hey, Wyatt. Thanks for joining us. We have my Mama Deb in the house. We have Matt. And if I missed you, I'm sorry. But I loved love everybody being in there, and I want to introduce Ronda Hart of Ronda's Reiki. Hey, Ronda, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
Good. Are you excited to be on here, or are you scared?
Oh, excited.
You never know.
Excited till the intro.
Yeah. And she's like, uh-oh, what I sign up for? No.
Yeah, well, no.
I've known Ronda for a while now, so she knew what she was in for. We also have Sarah in the chat, last minute joiner here, or last minute that I saw her. I want to say hello. So tonight's going to be on Reiki, and we're going to try to keep the questions to somewhat Reiki questions. Ronda is also a paranormal investigator, so we might take a few paranormal investigating questions, but I know my chat goes off the wall sometimes with crazy questions, and
we may go squirreling, is what you're saying?
Yeah, we might. Just a little bit. But we're going to try to...
It's all good.
Oh, Sarah says Ronda is all white light.
Definitely.
Ah. So let's start with that. What does all white light mean?
I refer to myself as a white lighter. So I only work with white light.
Which means good, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I was raised Baptist, but I am also Native American. So on both aspects, I only work with white light.
Nice. I explained to Ronda when I invited her on the show, which, again, I've known Ronda for a while. I've had this background picked for months and months before this date was even picked. That's how bad I've wanted her on the show. This is going to be a simple, let's dumb it down for Shay. Explain it to me in the simplest terms that you can. What is Reiki?
What it is it's universal energy, and there's different levels of Reiki. In each level, you learn something different. The first level of Reiki, you learn how to do Reiki on yourself, on another person and or an animal. The second level, you learn how to do the distance Reiki, which is where you can send Reiki to someone or to a place. And you also learn the emotional symbol, which allows you to, beyond just healing somebody, you can help them on an emotional level. The distance one helps you be able to send Reiki to, to the spirit realm. And then the master level, you learn the master symbol, which is the most powerful symbol that you have. And I like to explain to people that when you're having an issue with your back, your spine controls your nervous system. And as long as that's all in alignment, everything's very harmonious. Our soul has chakras, and Reiki helps align your chakras and keep that balanced and everything flowing. And but Reiki can do so many different things. It can help heal emotional and physical pain. It can help with, say, grieving, or if you have any kind of addiction you're trying to, it can just help you on every emotional level that you can have. And then I also, paranormal wise, I can, with the master symbol that you learn, you can sever negative energy or negative attachment from a person and or building.
Say that again.
The master symbol allows you to sever negative energy or an attachment from a person and or a building.
How do you go up different levels? How do you get to master?
With me, I actually I was offered classes, and so each level I paid for my class to take, and then when you finish the class, you get a certificate that you completed that level.
All right, that's what I thought with you. do all Reiki people need to take these classes
If you
to get to a certain level? Anyways, I mean, I'm sure everybody can do Reiki at a certain level, but
doing it other ways, but the way that Reiki has originally been taught, I've learned the Holy Fire Reiki, and the way that I was taught from the very beginning that was originally taught, it was done from person to person. Okay. So there's an attunement that is handed down from the master to the student. And I don't see how else you would do that without being certified, unless it's like in person and through a class.
Okay. Kelly, you have a little bit to do with Reiki, right?
Yeah, so I'm technically a level 2. And I guess, I mean, I don't want to contradict our guest, but I have a little bit of a different opinion, I guess, on having to be trained and attuned how to do it. It was interesting because when I finally did my training, I realized that what they were teaching me to do, although I didn't know the titles for a lot of things of what I was doing, it was all things that I had already been doing. I just didn't realize that that's what I was doing, if that makes any sense at all.
It does, but do you think somebody can become a master at Reiki without taking?
Yeah, I do. Because, and do I think that it's common? No, because I think you really do need to try to figure out how to manage this, how to feel that energy, how to pass that energy through, and understand how to kind of feel out what needs to be balanced and all of that. But I think with anything, there's people who are just more naturally inclined to be able to do things.
Yeah.
But that certification, because, I mean, I at least really got a certificate when I completed mine. And I've never gone on past the level 2 because I'm already doing it. So, but I also am not going to walk around and say I'm a Reiki master, because somebody will say, "Ooh, where'd you get your certificate from?" And I'll say, "Well, I didn't." And,
Right.
So I didn't.
I get it.
I agree with what she said, though. There are things that came very natural to me, and then, like she said, you didn't realize, like, techniques, like the terminology for certain things.
Exactly.
Yeah, knowing that, but I've always been a healer,
exactly.
And it just, honestly, in a sense, the certificate just like validates what you were already doing.
Yeah.
It does. It did. I can honestly say I've never had anything felt so natural in my entire life as Reiki does.
Mm-hmm. And that, she just put it in way better words than I was trying to say. But yeah, it was something that I was just doing naturally when I do readings for people, that I'd be cleaning that energy and I'd be searching out their chakras. I didn't realize that's what I was doing, but that's what I was doing. And yeah, so, but it does still, I mean, it's like with anything, going through those classes and being trained how to do it, in my opinion, Rhonda, at least, it helped me feel more connected to it, because then I knew what to call it that I was doing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I figured out, too, that I'm more of a spiritual Reiki person than like a physical Reiki person. I can address the physical things to a certain aspect, but that is not my forte. My forte is going in and seeing where your spirit is out of balance and helping with that. Does that make any sense?
I receive the intuitive empath in me receives information as I'm doing Reiki, and then as soon as I'm done, I'm able to address. So I guess it's like a reading.
Mm-hmm.
Like, instead of getting like a regular psychic reading where you're just sitting there talking to each other and you're receiving information, I do it I can just, that's not the only way I can do it, but why I'm doing Reiki, I do receive information and get like Just like she was saying, like you can tell, like you can do a scan with your hand and I can tell you where problem areas are and why it's like that without having like an x-ray or a CAT scan you would have to have from a doctor. I can tell you certain things. And I can't explain exactly how I get it or I know it, but I do the same thing. I'm helping them with whatever issue they are. But I'm receiving information. So as soon as I'm done with that, I'm discussing that with them.
Yes.
Really shocked you know this information.
And I tell them, I don't know about you, but I know for me, when I'm doing that, when they ask for me to do Reiki on them, I tell them I'm more than happy to. However, be aware, I don't control what information I get while we're doing this. So be ready.
So there's different kinds of readings, right? So, Rhonda, I know you're a paranormal investigator and you're a Reiki master. Are you also, do you consider yourself a psychic, a medium? Because Kelly's all of the above, so. Everybody labels themselves different is my point. I
consider myself as an intuitive empath.
Okay, yep.
But I do receive information and I have no knowledge of how I know things. And to give you an example, one thing I've been doing a lot of practices with is reading photos. Somebody will post a photo and give you zero information and then you just type
remote viewing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've been extremely accurate with it. I've actually shocked myself quite a bit with how accurate. And if somebody will post it, it will be a person I don't know. I have no knowledge of the photo in any way, shape, or form. But I can tell it could, and it doesn't have to be of a person. I've done it with a place. I've done it with an item.
Yeah.
So I do have that ability. I call it intuitive. Some people call it psychic. But I do see spirits sometimes. I have saw full apparitions and I have saw like silhouettes. But I also get like when I'm not physically seeing it, there are times I get a flash. It's almost like a little flash of a movie that flashes in my head. And I can describe what somebody looks like, even though I didn't physically see them, but the image comes to me. And my best friend is a psychic medium, and she will physically see this. And I
excuse me, sorry.
So tell me, you just described exactly who I'm talking to.
Right.
And I've done that numerous times. But I am getting, the more I do this and the more I meditate and the more that I just try to hone in on my gift, the more it is developing. I am starting to see, like when we go places, I'm seeing silhouettes of spirits. It might just be for a flash of it for a second, but it is more.
Here's a question for both of you. A little off subject, kind of, but not really. Somebody once explained to me the difference between a psychic and intuitive. There's not much difference, but like intuitive is just feelings and psychic is just they know. Like, is there a difference or is it just a different terminology?
In my opinion, it's just different terminology.
That's what I thought.
And different I'll give you a perfect example of different terminology. My best friend Sarah, that's the one that's in chat.
Hi, Sarah.
So we're on like this physical realm that we live on, and then there's the other realm that's like in between this realm and then what a lot of people refer to as heaven or into the light. Sarah refers to that I call it the in-between, and she calls it the waiting room.
Oh, okay.
It's different terminology, but it means the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's just a matter of wording. Which is what I get hung up on: ghost hunting, ghost investigation, paranormal investigation. It's just a matter of what you feel feel more comfortable with.
Exactly. Yep. It really is. It's what do you feel more comfortable with, and what do people
accept?
Yeah, because it really is when you say to somebody, I'm a this or I'm a that, they expect a certain thing, you know?
Yep.
And that's just not always how it works.
Yeah, I have no control over what information I receive. I haven't learned how to directly connect with a spirit or like with my guides. That part I can honestly say I don't know how to do. So whatever I receive, it just comes to me. I can't explain to you how I know. I'll just know.
That's more psychic, right? I have no ability at all, but the way, if you go by definition, psychic is you just know the information. Medium, you're talking directly to a deceased person and you get the information. So if you break it down like that, right? You can also tell me I'm full of shit. It's all right.
Yeah,
it's all right. I don't get butthurt, guys.
And this is where it goes into the different types of intuition.
Yeah,
so a sense of knowing is claircognizance or clairsentience, you know.
Smell, anybody doesn't know, hearing, sight, smell, touch, knowing.
I've tasted, I've had different tastes in my mouth. I've had different smells. Like I've been woken out of a dead sleep to smell spick and span. There's no reason for me to be in the middle of the night to be, and that's like that's not even like a really common thing to use, but obviously they, like the spirit, whatever spirit was.
Maybe you were connecting with me, because there's many nights in the middle of the night, 3, 4 in the morning, I'm using spick and span just because I can't sleep, so.
But I'll give an example. Like if we're on the way to an investigation, I don't smoke, but we'll smell smoke in the car, and then we'll know that somehow, some way, it's going to relate to whatever case we go to, and then we'll find out that the spirit that they're having issues with was a heavy smoker. I've had things like that happen numerous times to me.
I am sorry. I was trying to read the chat, and I'm having trouble reading the chat, guys. Everybody knows I've had a migraine for like 3 weeks. But I think that's the way Sarah typed it on purpose, so I was like really confused for a second, so sorry for the delay. I was like, whoa.
She said her cap lock stuck.
Yeah. I was like,
that's her all the time.
Yeah, no. Hey, I'm the queen of typos. So that tormented me, but I was like, for a second, I'm like, wait, what, huh?
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah. I literally, let's see. Kelly, you have any questions? Well, I'm going to try to catch up and chat here real quick.
Well, this is kind of an investigation question, so I guess I'll just ask it in general, not necessarily on investigation, but Darren was asking, how often does a Reiki practitioner and like a psychic medium butt heads on situations?
Oh.
We really haven't, because it's really weird, because somebody will ask like a general question and they'll be looking at both of us, and both of us will answer the identical same thing at the exact time. It's like we both, like I said, I might get the information in a different way than she does, but we both get the exact same information. And if people say that we freak them out and how we do that, we answer questions at the exact same time with the exact same answer.
Yeah.
So we haven't had any issues where my Reiki's affected anything.
And I don't know that I think that, honestly, they are going to butt heads. It's the same as, kind of like we were saying, it's the same as having a clairvoyant with a claircognizant.
Yeah.
So like Chris and I, when we were out on investigations, we kid all the time that we're like yin and yang, because he can see things and I can hear things. So together we're a full investigator, So
Wow.
a lot of times it's just you work together.
I may feel things like there might be a situation where I'm physically feeling, the spirit is physically showing me something. And so I'll verbalize that. And Sarah will say, oh, they just said that to me. So yes, we get the, it's just, like I said, we get the same information, but just different ways.
Yep.
All right, so this is a private message I just got, and I hope I'm reading it right. How many chakras are there? 6, right? Not counting the
Seven.
7. All right, 7. But there's also, like, isn't there also, like, multiple mini ones or something? I don't know how to explain it, but there's 6 or 7 main ones, and then there's, like, bi ones.
She stumped me, Rhonda. That's all you.
I don't know. I usually just stick with the 7 because as long as you have those, that's kind of like your spine that I was explaining to you. As long as everything's aligned and you've got everything adjusted right, it all kind of flows very well.
Gotcha. All right. Again, I'm trying to. All right, Mama Pat said something here, but I don't know what. Hold on.
She says, I don't know if I've ever seen someone use Reiki on an investigation. It's more about helping energy to be sent to a living person. At least that's what I think. Maybe you could send energy to a spirit. I guess it's possible. And I kind of followed up on that, and I said, yeah, I agree. But I do, I hadn't thought of it until she said that. But I do think that you could probably send energy to a spirit. A lot of times, like when I go to Malvern Manor, if Shadow Man happens to be agitated that night, I'm sending him energy, trying to calm him down. So I forget when I'm doing stuff like that's basically Reiki, but that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
When I do, my favorite thing to do that I advertise as part of my Reiki services is home blessings. And what I'm doing is I'm removing negative imprints from a home, or it could be a business. And that's why I was saying about my Reiki master level is that was what I've learned how to do was sever negative energy or an attachment from a person, and a building.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it does come in handy because if we have to do a cleansing in a home where we have to sage and stuff like that, I just like to that's the very last thing I like to do personally as part of my investigation, or I'm contributing to the team.
I get you.
That I just like to make just the extra little thing that I like to do. Because we're trying to make, typically like a home investigation, I'm trying to make a family feel safe in their home. And even though you cleanse like the negativity out of the air, but if I'm getting rid of any negative imprints that are in the wall, I'm just like cleansing that whole house. So like to me, that's like that's like a complete deal, where it's just like where before you can remove it off of it's out of the air, but like with Reiki, you're actually removing the imprint completely out of the home.
All right, so, Darren, I do see your questions. I'll get to them. I've seen some of them anyways. I'm sorry. But Mama Pat has a question on this subject. She said she is also level 2 in Reiki, and she doesn't know the answer to this, but she wants to know, can you do actual Reiki on a building?
I do it all the time. Yep.
Because it's energy, right?
Yes. Well, that has to do with the master, but that's the level 3 which is the master symbol. That's what I've learned.
All right.
That's when I took that particular class. That's
so
exactly
energy is energy.
Yeah.
All right.
The symbols with Reiki, each level you're learning a different symbol, and you're learning how to activate the symbol, and then that enables you to do what you learned for that particular level. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. I think so. Kelly, what were you going to say?
I don't remember.
Oh, all right. All right. So, all right. We'll move on then.
So Darren had a good question, actually.
All right, thank you.
He said, when you're doing Reiki or using your abilities, what's your worst fear in regards to Reiki?
That's kind of a funny question because we have a demonologist on our team and I'm her assistant. So I don't really have any fear. I don't have that option of having fear because I'm there to help somebody. And if it's a serious situation where it's that, which is super, super rare, but if it's that serious a situation, I can't have any fear because then I can't control the environment that I'm trying to control and help that family.
You can't show it. Yeah.
So, yes, I haven't, my faith and my belief system, and it's like full on when I go into it, there's no hesitation on what I have to do. So I haven't had any fear or any worry, or because I just put so much belief in my faith and that what I do is going to help and that I'm there to help, that I haven't had an issue with it in any way. They actually made a joke. I was nicknamed the Paranormal Bouncer because it's a joke, but I'm the one when something needs to be bounced out of a home or someplace like that, I'm the one that goes in there and does it with no hesitation. So like if there's portals that need to be closed, I'm the one that goes in there and closes them. I'm the one that kicks out a negative entity and then cleanses the home and seals the home for them and stuff like that.
No fear.
No.
Go ahead, Kel.
I guess I would say my biggest fear for people when they're trying to do Reiki or when they're first learning how to do it is just learning how to not absorb the feelings or emotions or physical things that they're helping whoever with. Because that's a pretty common thing, even for readers, to kind of take that onto themselves. And you have to realize that that's not yours and let it go. Otherwise, you're hanging on to all that baggage, and we all have our own crap that we're dealing with. So we definitely don't need that too.
I guess Reiki and paranormal are kind of like the same thing. You can go above and beyond to help somebody, but if they're not proactive in their
if they're not wanting the help.
Right. If you're giving them all kinds of guidelines that they need to follow and you need to do this and you need to do that to stop this from happening to you, and they're just blatantly not listening, unfortunately it gets to a point where you can't help them because they're not doing anything to help themselves. Yeah. And it's extremely difficult and it's hard, but you can't. There's nothing you can do if they're not going to be proactive in their own health.
Only so much you can do. How about animals? Do you do Reiki on animals? Darren wants to know if you do Reiki on animals, how do you do it on animals?
It's no different than when I do the only difference is instead of I don't have them lay on a table to do it, obviously, I actually get on the floor with them and I just sit with them. And I've been really lucky that they've been very receptive to it. Animals love it.
If all y'all could send some Reiki to my mother's cat, it might save his life because she's about to kill that thing. Is
it Cambry? Are you talking about Cambry?
Cambry, yeah.
Cambry? Sorry. My mass
nuts.
accent.
He's just, I know you're good. He bounces off the walls. He claws the crap out of everything. He's possessed.
Well, he came from the Cambry house, so.
Right? It's a possibility, I suppose.
Sorry, Rhonda.
Oh, yeah, no, it's okay. I had a sick cat, and I did Reiki on him for 2 years. And I firmly believe that enabled him to have the extra 2 years. I think if I would have just, if I wouldn't have had this ability, I don't think I would have helped him.
Well, it sounds like Cambry the cat needs some love.
or sedation.
Not love, psychic love. Not. I'm sure Mama Pat loves the cat. Don't get me wrong.
I think he just needs some sedatives. Maybe that's what it is.
Baby kittens. I'm telling you, never again. Never again. I'll never. No.
He's beautiful. That's why he's alive.
Yeah. Hey, will you stop crying, baby? Can you hear my dog? I'm talking about cats and my dog starts yelping. It's okay. We love you too. Even though you're ugly, we love you.
Even us ugly ones need some love, okay?
Yeah. My dog needs Reiki if you can make it grow hair. That's all I gotta say. There's a question here. I can't find the question. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up with chat.
Do you remember who it was or kind of what it was about?
No.
Okay.
Come here. Here you go.
So somebody's asking, what Reiki school did you get your accreditation from?
There we go.
And do you feel that there's better schools out there?
There is in Southfield, Michigan, the International School for Reiki Training, and my Reiki master went to school there and then created her own business in Monroe, Michigan called Hippie Chick Herbal Harmony. But she also does Reiki, yoga, and she makes her own holistic products. But I actually went to her class that she taught, but she went through the International Reiki training in Southfield, Michigan.
Nice.
Very cool.
And the one in Southfield, there are people from all over the world that go there to go to school to take classes to learn Reiki.
What is there a top school that you can name, do you think? Or that was a question in there, so I'm just asking it.
Is there what?
Is there a place if somebody wanted to get their master's or what is it, Reiki? I'm sorry, Reiki master's. Is it degree? You have to forgive me.
Certificate.
Yeah.
Certificate.
Where's the top place? Can you recommend a place that they get it? Yeah, and Rebecca also wants to know, can you learn Reiki online or is it better in person?
I personally think it's in person, only because that's the way I was taught. And you want like to do the bioscan that you learn how to do in the very beginning of Reiki. You're shown that in person. There's just several things that you're taught in person that I don't know how you would get from a YouTube video, because in person, you're actually learning how to do it in person on each other. Where if you're learning it on a video, you're just sitting there watching it. So I can't say, I don't want to condemn videos.
Okay.
But I'm just very appreciative that I learned it in person, because then you were able to ask questions if you didn't understand something, and you had somebody sitting right there to explain and answer stuff for you. My personal Reiki master, her classes were a lot less inexpensive than the School for Reiki Training in Southfield. So I think you just, but because she learned through that center, she was able to certify people through the International Center for Reiki Training. So my certificate came directly from them. And so I can register myself as a Reiki master through them because I learned from her and she went through that school. So people can look up, say, Reiki.org and look up a Reiki master in Monroe, Michigan. You do have to pay to register your name, but you also do have to have their certificate to be registered. But people can look up, if I registered, people could look up Monroe, Michigan Reiki master and my name would pop up. So that's the advantage of going through some place like that.
Right.
can you have that option where you could literally like have hundreds of leads sent to you.
Sure,
Just
absolutely. So are you able to do distance Reiki then, or does it work better if you're actually with the person?
I think it's more relaxing just to do it in person because I play very relaxing, calming music. I have like a diffuser going. It's just a very soothing, relaxed atmosphere, but I think you can still get the benefits through distance Reiki.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it just depends on what you need. Like to sever a negative attachment, I'm going to assume, I may be wrong on this, but I'm going to assume that that's something that has to be done in person. But as far as like just distance Reiki healing or like any of the healing that you could do that distance wise. And I have done it. I've actually had a friend of mine that lives in Barcelona, Spain, that was having a very difficult time, and she didn't even know what Reiki was, but she had posted on Facebook that she was having a hard time, and she's not the type of person to ever post something like that. So for her to say something, I knew she was having a difficult time. So I reached out to her privately, explained Reiki, and asked her if I had her permission to send it to her. And so I sent it to her that night, and she was sleeping when I sent it to her. And when she woke up, she said she felt so amazing. She could not thank me enough. So that is what's awesome about the distance Reiki, is that you could literally send it anywhere and it can work just as well. Because I'm in Michigan in the United States and she's in Barcelona, Spain, and it worked.
Yeah, and I think that, I mean, I guess I'm sure there's benefits to being in person. And I mean, like you said, all the benefits of it is more personal and it is more relaxed, and you can set that stage and kind of take them to that state of meditation where they can receive that Reiki better. But yeah, I mean, there's always that benefit if you can do the distance, because sometimes, you know, like you have a friend that you're not with, you can send them that energy, that healing that they need. It's interesting, definitely. So what has been like your most profound experience to date?
It was a house blessing that I did where it was for a personal friend of mine, and she had moved into a duplex in Southwest Detroit. And I had went, and it was really, really, really old. We're talking like over 70 years old. So, and it had been rented out. So you had like numerous different types of energy that lived there, good and bad. And so you had all them years of really a lot of negative imprints on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple of children spirits there that had a pretty horrific life. And I actually helped connect with them, and we crossed them over. And you would have to be there to see it, but the one room, it was a really old place, and a lot of these really old houses have a walk-up attic. Like there's a door with stairs, and it's like you can almost like you're going upstairs and it's like a big room. Because a lot of like the modern day houses have the pull down thing where you have to go up that way to an attic, but this is the old one they had where you had to walk upstairs.
Right.
And they would be locked in this room, and so the only access they had was this room in the attic. So anytime the parents had company, these children were locked in this room all the time.
Oh, wow.
And we think they actually killed the children. The one child had cancer. They knew how to, and so they didn't know anything else but this place, and they had no idea what love was. And I connected with them and I crossed them over, and then I had to do the house blessing on the the only half of the duplex I had access to. And when I went in this home, it was so super repressed, the energy. And then when I left, the whole entire place had a whole new feel to it. It was completely different. But it's just little connections like that. It's just things like that you never forget. Like, I'll never forget that. It was like sad and happy at the same time. Like, it was so sad to learn what had happened to them and how horrific their life was. But I was so blessed to be able to cross them into the light, to get them out of the situation so they could move on, and then help the energy that was in this home so this person could live there, because they literally just moved there and didn't realize it was like that until they moved in. And so now they've been able to live there harmoniously in this place, and it's been way better.
That's always a plus.
I love doing that. That to me is always why, as much as I do love helping individuals, but making someone feel safe in their home is always like, that's just like a personal favorite to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see, what do we got? We got about 10 minutes left. Kelly, did I miss any? I missed a lot in chat again. I want to, can I just give a huge shout out to the people that listen and chat every week? Kelly hasn't been here. I've been dealing with the migraine for almost a month now. And the migraine itself is pretty much gone, but it's the after effects, so I'm still seeing double and having trouble reading. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody in chat that has put up with me stumbling over their questions for the past 3 weeks. I so appreciate it.
I love you, Shay. I'm sure they all do too. So
it's hard.
Yeah, it is hard when your eyes just want to close because your head hurts so bad. I totally understand.
Night, Sam. Thank you for joining us.
We had, so Mama Pat was talking about this in chat, and I was going to just share a couple things. We had a couple experiences. We both had a personal experience that was just, there was no way to deny that there's something really to Reiki. My mom was going through something pretty serious, and it was breaking her heart, and there was like this ball of yuck that was in her chest, like she felt there was physically this ball of yuck in her chest. And we had gone to a Reiki share that a friend of ours does, and after the fact, it was just those that Mom really, really trusted that was left, and we all were doing Reiki on her. And she had this experience where she felt that ball that had been sitting in her chest for months, a very, very long time. She felt it leave her body. And Mom, she is tough as nails, it brought tears to her eyes. It was very moving. And that was her turning point for sure, where she started believing in the Reiki. The one where I had my personal experience, again, funny enough, I was having one of my roughest times, and I had gone to a place where they were doing some healing. And it wasn't even what we were doing that night, but they could just tell that my energy was that off. And so a couple of the main gals had said, you're going to stick around after, we're going to do some Reiki on you. I didn't even really know what Reiki was at that point. But part of what they were doing is they had a bell that they were ringing as they were going around me. And they started at my feet, and they rang the bell, and they were just letting the bell vibrate up my body as I went. And they got to my heart chakra, and it stopped. The noise just stopped, like somebody smacked a hand down on the bell. It was the weirdest thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was craziness.
Does that mean you had a broken heart or don't have a heart?
One or the other. We're still debating. At the time, we thought it was a broken heart, but I'm pretty sure it was just,
If anybody's listening, don't send me hate mail. Kelly knows I'm kidding. She has the biggest heart.
I'm the first one to say I'm a heartless bitch.
Yeah, but you know me. I just got my account. I just got my Facebook account back. Please, I don't want to lose it again.
Please don't ban me, master. Yeah.
Here, and Mama's Pat's own words were, Hold on. Now I gotta stall, because, alright. She said, this was, 6 minutes ago. Being something of a skeptic, Reiki was hard for me to wrap my mind around. But I can say that I had one session where I actually could feel in all capital letters, the negative energy leave me. And it brought tears to my eyes. So.
Yeah.
It
was crazy.
Yeah.
When I do what I call home blessing, when I'm doing Reiki and I'm removing the negativity, it's almost like a bubble pops and it's like the air just lifts. Yeah. And I feel that. Mm-hmm. I definitely feel it. It's pretty neat.
Let's see.
Definitely.
Sorry, go ahead, Helen. Sorry. I've been on my own for so long I forgot. Sorry.
No, I just said definitely. I totally understand.
Ronda's never been on the show before, so we're going to ask her if I can actually read here. It's going to be tough, so good thing I memorize them. All right, Ronda, these are Shay's top 5 questions. Just answer. It's just one word. You don't have to go into definitions or explanations. Just ready?
Yes.
All right. Investigator or hunter?
Investigator.
Data or evidence?
That one's hard. But I guess I would have to say evidence just because people love a visual.
All right. Provoking or no way?
No way. I've never.
Yeah.
Huh?
Residential or commercial?
Residential, just because I like the personal level of it.
All right. Here's the hardest one of all. Orb or just dust?
I think anomalies are hard to categorize because I've saw blue energy with my own eyes before, and somebody might use the terminology orb, but I would call it an anomaly. So that's one of those things. I think it's terminology.
I do too.
But in general, I think a lot of orbs are just that. They're orbs. They're moisture orbs. They're dust. They're bugs. And people want to play into it that it's more than what it is.
I agree. I've seen light anomalies with my eyes. I don't like the word orb because of everything on Facebook.
Right.
But if you see it with your eyes, it's different than a video or a picture.
Yes.
So, I had another question, but now I forget it because I'm me. Oh, thank you, Darren. What was my other question? Kelly, quick. You're psychic. Read my mind. That's funny because I shut myself down. I usually don't let people read me, so. Yes, Sarah. Sarah, I was in Facebook jail. Still have no idea why. I lost my account for over a week. No idea why. People joked that it was about orbs, but it really wasn't. I haven't mentioned orbs on Facebook in a long, long time. On purpose. Matt went around telling everybody she fought with somebody over orbs. Now she's in Facebook jail. Not true, but funny as hell.
One thing I can say about I don't believe that Reiki is the only type of healing that's out there. Okay. I have friends that do vibrational sound therapy, and I felt amazing after having that type of session. I have another friend who calls herself a healer that does not have a Reiki certificate, but I absolutely 100% believe that she's a healer. The certificates enable me to help people in general. Just like the certificates because they like the titles. Just like to give you an example, like I'm really good at dowsing rods.
Right.
And
if you could get a certificate in dowsing rods, people would be more into it. Yeah.
like I can sit there and in my head, like they'll ask the spirit a question, and in my head I already know the answer, but they want to see the rods answer it. They don't want to hear me answer it. They want to see the rods. So it's kind of like tarot cards. You can sit there and you might get the exact same answer that the cards do, but they want to see that visual.
Yeah. I think that's people in general. And
Yes.
I understand why. I know, Darren. Darren, put your underwear back on. Keep your pants on. That's what I meant to say. I meant to say keep your pants on. That's my last question of the night. Every night, Darren. I get it. Don't worry. Kelly, you have any more questions before I ask this big, huge question? Did we lose Kelly? I see her in the background. Oh, she's reading.
Sorry. No, I muted. Okay, so my cat, my black cat, right? Did you guys hear him knocking on the door?
No, I didn't. No.
She has figured out how to knock on the door when I'm in my bedroom and I have the door shut, which is where I do my podcast from. She has figured out how to knock on the door until I go over and let her in. And I couldn't hear it, and all of a sudden I realized it was pretty loud, and I figured you guys had been hearing it.
That's why I had to get up and leave. I had to go tuck the dog in and rub her back till she stopped crying.
So I muted myself so I could go let the cat in, and then I forgot to unmute myself when I came back. So it's all good. It's all good.
Do you have any last questions before I ask the big D question?
I don't think so.
Hello, puppy.
Yeah, it's my beagle.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah.
All right, Rhonda, this is a question we ask every show. It's from Darren Buss, and he asks it on every show, every night on this network and other networks. And we've gotten some amazing,
and weird,
funny answers. We've gotten some serious answers. We've gotten some dirty answers. There's no wrong answer. So here's the question. If there's one object in the whole wide world that you would never want to be haunted, what would it be?
A vibrator.
See? Boom! See, I told you I liked her. See? 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 She's right up there with us. If anybody's wondering, you have to go back and listen to the Southern Gypsies episodes and listen to their answers. So, you're not the first person to say that, but I had a feeling. That's why I worded it the way I worded it, because I know you. Let's see. All right, let's Rhonda, why don't you throw your social media out? Do you know it? You have a lot, so.
I have Ronda's Reiki on a Facebook page. I have one Cinderella Ronda on Instagram, Reiki Ronda, and Ronda's doTERRA. Those are all my pages.
All right. What's your daughter's brew thing?
Oh, my daughter also makes Bessemer brew products, and they are all holistic homemade products. And they're amazing.
Yes,
and
I like the page.
I'm proud of her.
She is. Yeah, I am too. I don't even know her. Never talked to her a day in my life, but I like the page. I didn't know. I didn't even know it was yours till you sent me the request on my other, when I was in jail. I was switched to my other account, and you sent me the request on that one. I was like, oh, that's Rhonda's daughter? Huh.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
So,
yeah. And it's great because I help her make a lot of them sometimes, and we have a lot of fun doing it.
Very cool.
I know of one, but you're going to be at one event coming up. I can't remember the dates or details, but I do know you're going to be somewhere soon.
I will be at the Oliver House in Toledo, Ohio, April 25th. And then I will be at the Michigan Paranormal Convention in Sault Ste. Marie the end of August.
Yeah. Woohoo. Michigan. Wow. Man. I shared so many of them. I knew there was something that I just forget.
Yeah, the Michigan Paracon Convention is awesome. It's 3 days long, and it's just a huge love fest. We have a lot of fun.
Kelly.
It's good times.
Are you going?
Good times. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Kelly's also
again.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yep.
Yep, I will be a vendor there this year again.
Well, yeah.
I'm
still working on I'm throwing this out as much as possible. I'm still working on the Gettysfield's Bash. What is it called?
Gettysburg Battlefield Bash.
Thank you.
Yes.
Too many words.
That's in July.
Yes.
Sounds fun.
And of course, Kelly's. You're going, right, Kelly? That'll be our 1 year anniversary, and we're gonna make five. We're gonna make 5 states, right?
Oh, good Lord!
We're gonna go drinking in 5 states. 5 states.
Who's
we're gonna get
drive? I can't do that.
Uber.
Oh, good Lord! We're gonna have to put $1,000 aside just for our Uber bill.
Oh well,
priorities. It's all good.
People have those GoFundMe's for worse. Somebody
should volunteer to just drive us around because we are that damn much fun.
Mama Pat.
We need to get Mama Pat drunk too, though.
I know. I like Mama Pat drunk. Sorry, Mama Pat. I love you, but she was with us. Don't let her kid you. She's rolling her eyes, and I can see that head shaking like I'm disappointed in my daughter's kind of look right now. But she was right there with us. And if Boot Scoot and Boogie came on, she would have been dancing. Let me tell you. She would have been.
Where do you think I learned how to party? Had to come from somewhere, right?
I know. Oh, Mama Pat, don't break my heart. What? Huh? Oh, all right. That's convo for after show hours because. Oh, Fred will drive us.
Yeah. Gonna have to have a big
Kim
car.
only drinks Pepsi. I'm trying to get Kim to go to the Gettysfield Bash too.
It'll just be a great big party.
It will be. We'll have to get a stretch limo.
See, and then we have a driver.
See? There you go. I'm telling you.
That's what we need to do.
Mama Pat must drink, and she picks out great pizza and picks out great drinks, so we're good to go.
And she keeps us out of the hose companies. She's the responsible one.
Sometimes.
I was going to say, that's a scary thought, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. All right, Kelly. We got to keep it short. So, where are you going to be? Are you going to be anywhere in the next month besides here? Like, we don't have enough time to do your 6-month thing because then you'll be, like, naming off 7,000 things.
Oh, I think she froze.
Oh, she froze! That means she's not going to be anywhere but Shay's Paranormal Chat. So you can find Kelly McCarville every Friday right here on Shay's Paranormal Chat. And, hold on, I'm on April. Now I get a stall because she froze. February. Here we go. And the Realm Walker with the one and only Kelly McCarville will be back on, hold on, sorry, February 12th. She's every other week now. I love the face. I wish people could see the face it's frozen on. Like, she's like rolling her eyes at me like, what did you just say? I don't even think I said anything bad then, did I, Rhonda?
No.
But can you see it? That's the look Kelly gives me all the time, like, shut up. So yeah, February 12th, the Realm Walker will be back. Rhonda, thank you. I truly appreciate this.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh, I hope you come back.
Definitely.
When it comes to Reiki, there's so much. Next time, maybe we can talk about the individual chakras and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Kelly froze. She froze on purpose. Her psychic mind. I'm telling you. You know why? Because she usually does the shoutouts at the end of the night. So, I'm going to try to do shoutouts here. But, due to my migraine and the fact that I have trouble reading anyways, and my thing, kind of freezes sometimes. We're going to give some shout-outs, and if I miss you, I'm truly sorry. We really appreciate you listening to us, whether it's on live or if you listen to the playback. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And Kelly just messaged me. I swear to God, like an hour after my internet just decides I'm done. We love you, Kelly. There we go. She's probably not listening, but she'll hear it later. So I want to say a big thank you to Fred, Darren, of course. We have Sarah still in there. Sarah, I thought you said goodnight a long time ago. Was that a different Sarah? We got so entertaining she couldn't say goodbye. Sarah, Mama Pat. Of course, we have Kim. Mine freezes and repeats, so I always feel bad. That's why Kelly does it, because I never get to say everybody. Matt's in there. Shay's in there. Of course, that's me. There's so many more. I said them in the beginning. Cynthia was in there, but her kitty was sick. I hope the kitty's better. Rebecca, of course. Rebecca will be on the 21st with Ghost Huntings 101 number 2. Mama Pat was in there. My Mama Deb was in there. This is now on memory because it's not letting me scroll. I'm trying. But if I didn't say you, I'm sorry. Everybody knows. I said hi to everybody in the beginning. So next week, oh boy, where's Kelly when I need her?
I thought you said you guys weren't on next week.
Next week, I need next Friday off for a personal day. But we do have a pre-recorded show.
Oh, okay.
Kim and Allison from REP Paranormal Busters are going to join me, and we're going to be talking about paranormal TV versus reality. And for once, it's a pretty serious conversation because you get me and those two girls together. It can be kind of crazy, but it's a pretty serious conversation, and we get down to business. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you in 2 weeks on the 21st with Rebecca Williamson. Rhonda, hold on 1 second.
Okay.